Okay, I finally found the clip. Somehow my phone mixed it up, but I have found it. I'm gonna make today's video purely about that clip. It just shares a little bit of like some of the challenges I'm facing at the moment and the catch-22 that I find myself in. If you're new to this channel and you don't know what it's about, basically, I live with chronic pain. I've got fibromyalgia. I've got like nerve pain. I had surgeries I'm not bouncing back from. I just don't have the full functionality of my body. It's affecting my mental state. I'm typically quite a driven and passionate person, and I love a challenge, and I'm incredibly physical. I love physically fit stuff, and I can't really like do that. I was a gymnast, and now I just feel trapped in my body. So this whole channel is about my recovery and documenting all of that. So this clip is the current catch-22 that I'm in. It's 11:30 and it's also last day of May when I realized obviously I have to put money over into my account to get it ready for the debits. And I saw my bank account and my mind just started to spiral. I'm gonna make some tea or coffee, I don't know, and I just need to get this off my mind so I can try and get some sleep. Where to begin? So up until 6 months ago, I was working for Cola, and I supported global teams in India and the USA, and my time zone is UK. So that was quite tough. I was working quite strange hours most of the time. Didn't always have time to check in with my daughter. Couldn't always like go train. It was hard for me to like kind of figure out when to eat. And my self-care just completely went out the window. But I had a stable income. But also I wasn't able to make consistent content, which for me helps me deal with things. The ability to get things out of my head, and I didn't realize how much that job was draining me until I stopped. When I was made redundant, I was already burnt out. I hadn't been on holiday for, I think it was like 2 years, maybe longer. No, it was longer. I was made redundant right before Christmas. I felt incredibly defeated. I just didn't have it in me. I was really quite done with my career. Like I couldn't do it anymore. So now I've been unemployed for 6 months. I did try and fill the gap by taking a career job with DX for a little bit. I think I did it for like a couple months, maybe 3. And the whole point of that was to try and just alleviate some of the pressure. However, that took a different toll. It was physically demanding. I was up every morning at like 4:30, 4:45, and I'd get home at around like 9 o'clock. It just wasn't sustainable. I wasn't able to like update my portfolio. I wasn't able to apply for any jobs. I wasn't able to like fit in my rehabilitation, self-care. I didn't see my child for like a whole week at times. That was really emotionally tough. And I even got shingles from all the stress, which made me high risk doing that job. And it just completely wrecked me. So before I was employed, didn't have time to make content. So now I have time, but not enough money. Like I know I'm busy running out of funds, and it's not just me anymore. I have a daughter to think about as well. So that just adds like a whole different layer of pressure and stress. And I'm currently rebuilding my entire portfolio. I'm a UX, UI, accessibility designer, and I'm developing a portfolio from scratch. I'm trying to fit in rehab, I'm trying to eat well, manage my chronic pain, sleeping, looking for work. Everything is competing for the same tiny bit of energy. And it's hard for me to like put it all in its own little box so I can get to everything. And the job market right now is incredibly brutal. It's challenging because my superpower is if I can just get through to a human being. I'm pretty good at interviewing, but as it stands, rejections are piling up. I mean, I've applied for so many jobs, and having ADHD and suffering with RSD, having constant rejection is quite tough to deal with mentally and emotionally. So I reached out to my old hiring manager from British Airways just to get some feedback from him. So I just needed some perspective on mine and what I could do to improve, hopefully to just get my foot in the door somewhere, which is why I'm rebuilding my entire portfolio from scratch, designing and developing it. Then I also have this business idea that I'm exploring, something that AI hopefully cannot replace. But considering everything I've just mentioned up to this point, you can kind of see why starting a new business when everything else is already competing for that energy is quite tricky for me at the moment. And my brain doesn't split in many directions, because now I'm trying to build a business, maybe, whilst looking for work, whilst trying to update my portfolio, and I just kind of need to like put things in the right order. And it's a lot. I'm overwhelmed, I'm hopeful, I'm scared, I'm drowning, I'm rebuilding all at once. And I know I'm not the only one feeling the shift, AI, the job market, and the pressure to like reinvent myself constantly. It's a lot for everyone. So I guess I want to ask you, how are you finding the job market at the moment? How has AI impacted your life, good or bad? And if you're dealing with chronic pain, burnout, neurodivergence, how are you coping? And what is getting you through? So it's just a checkpoint, a moment, I guess, to breathe and say that this is where I'm at. Tomorrow is Monday. I'm gonna kick ass with my portfolio. I'm just gonna plow through. I'm gonna fit my rehab in. I'm not gonna explore the business idea right away. This week is portfolio week. I think next week I'll explore the business a little bit more. But tonight, I just needed to get it out, because I'm hoping that by getting this out, I don't know if you know that song 2 a.m. by Anna Malik. 2 a.m. I'm still awake writing this song. If I get it all down on paper, it's no longer inside of me, threatening the life it belongs to. I could relate with that a lot, so I guess that's what I'll try to do. I'm gonna try and phone my dad now, because he always makes me feel better.